Do you see any damage on this? Look it over really good, because it's $8.
No chips, no cracks, no flea bites.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to apologize in advance. The audio may not be very good on this one because I left my microphone in my husband's car and he is currently at work. So my apologies ahead of time. But my name's Amanda. I am a very small reseller. I currently sell on eBay as well as Niknax and on Whatnot. Every Saturday I go live on Whatnot at 7 p.m. Central and do a vintage live sale. So a link for the upcoming sale will be in the description of this video. Feel free to go check that out, as well as links to my eBay and Niknax stores. If you haven't checked those out yet, please go do so. I have a couple different things I wanted to kind of go over today. But I had a short trip over to the local Goodwill, one that I typically frequent and I've taken you guys to, and I'm going to show you that pickup. And then I also had a handful of eBay sales over the weekend I was going to show you guys real quick, and show you also the couple things I sold on this past Saturday's Whatnot sale. So we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to start with showing you my recent eBay sales. And then I got to get everything packed up and taken over to the post office this afternoon. So let's see here. This one here is the first one I'm going to show you. This is an antique Art Deco Nippon. It's actually a syrup, but you could say creamer too. It's a small pitcher. You could use it for whatever you want. But it's absolutely beautiful. I love this little piece. I'm honestly surprised that it took as long as it did to sell. It is completely hand painted with this gold trim and stuff. And you can see there's a little bit of wear to the gold, but there's no damage anywhere. Not on the spout. You know, there's no crazing. It's got the magenta Nippon mark here. And same thing on the lid. It's just in beautiful condition. And, you know, again, you notice a slight bit of wear on there, but that's to be expected. That's where you pick it up from. So, you know, but just how amazingly cool is that? I had this piece, I think initially when I first listed it, I think I had it listed at 60 something maybe. And I honestly could see it sell for that. I think it's that interesting, that cool of a piece. I wouldn't say that about all Nippon syrups per se, but the condition that it's in, the style of it, the fact that it's entirely hand painted, I mean, it's just, it's beautiful. And so I started it at like, I don't know, 60 something, maybe 68, and I had dropped it not terribly long ago down to 48, and then I sent an offer to somebody for 40, and they went ahead and took that offer. The next piece that I have are these really cool bookends, and I don't remember which video it is now, but I showed these in a video a while back. I'm going to show you this one first. I don't know what kind of science or math or what have you this is. You know, this looks geometric, this looks electrical, this looks maybe physics, this look, I don't know, but it is an antique and or vintage book plate. This one I believe would be copper engraved. So you'll notice the difference between the two here. This one here is what, this one over here, the smaller one, is what's called a halftone one. And so it has this kind of gritty, almost like a fine sandpaper kind of texture backing to it, and that's what would allow for shading when they'd spread the ink on there. So that's kind of the difference between just a engraved one and then the halftone. And I can't remember all the special details on dates and all that stuff for these. I mean, obviously the printing press has been around for a little while. These aren't that old, but the technology is not brand new at all. I don't know what these potentially could sell for to the right collector, you know. I had tried them on eBay once or twice initially when I listed them, just putting them on auction because I really had no idea where to value them at. They didn't sell. They didn't go anywhere. They had somewhat good views on them, but they didn't go anywhere. And so I switched them over to Buy It Now or Best Offer. And I think I had them listed at 28 or so and sent an offer for 22, I believe. Or I'm sorry. I think the buyer sent me an offer for 22 and I went ahead and took that. And I had them at $26 or $28. I thought that these are really, really cool. I'm glad they're going to go to somebody. I wound up pricing them the way I did just based on looking at book plates in general, vintage and antique book plates, and generally ones that tend to sell well, which there are certain ones out there that will sell for very good money. The vast majority of them, though, on average, you know, kind of your cool ones probably sit in that $20, $30 area, and then your even more average ones are going to be in that maybe $6 to $18 range, somewhere in there, depending on what it is. You know, if you have like a whole alphabet in a cool script or something, cool font, those sell really well. It just depends on what it is. But things that are pictures, the more interesting the picture is, things with, you know, airplanes or transportation in any form, animals are always good, historical scenes are always good, those kinds of things. But it just, from what I could tell in my research, it varied greatly depending on what the subject matter was on it, what it was depicting. Anyway, I just kind of priced them where I thought was fair, and if they're worth $1 million, congratulations to whoever bought them, and I hope you do well with them in the future. But they're cool nonetheless, and I'm glad they sold. All right, so my next piece that sold is, where is he? This guy. He is a vintage McCoy. He's not marked, but he's vintage McCoy. He's an aqua or celadon glazed elephant, trunk up, so he's good luck, right? He's a little planter. He still has a little, I don't know, I'd say more dust in there. I don't know that he's ever really been used. He doesn't look like he has been. No chips, no cracks. He does have some like little glaze, let's see if I can get it to show you, like little glaze pitting marks occasionally. But that's not, I mean, that happened during the firing process with the glaze. It's not damage or anything like that. But I don't think he had any crays in. I don't see any. Anyhow, but he just kind of has, I like the like mold and sculpt to him, you know. I think he's really neat. He's a cool small planter. And so this guy, I think I had him listed at 28, and I sent a buyer an offer for $24, and they went ahead and took the offer on that. So I will get him wrapped up and sent out. Okay, so this one here is a vintage. I believe this one was made in the 40s, if I remember correctly. It's the matte magnolia, pink and yellow magnolia vase, and it is USA-7, 8.5 inch. So it's got the bilateral, you know, like arms here on it. And this one does have somewhere, it was very fine. Oh, right here. This hairline crack that runs about 2 inches. There's no fracturing, there's no chipping, nothing like that. And it's overall in really good condition, but it did have that one little hairline crack. So this one I had listed at, I think, 28, and it sold for 24. But a really cool vase. I like their matte glazes. I've just always really liked whole potteries, matte glaze stuff. They're vintage 1940s. It's just, I don't know, it's elegant, and it's not an overwhelming piece, but it's a statement piece still, you know. I don't know. I just like it, and I love the design of this one in particular. Really, really cool. Okay, so this was my last eBay sale for over the weekend, and It's probably another one of these things where I listed it way too dang low, because I listed it and probably within an hour or two of me listing it, it sold. I had listed this at $18, and maybe I should have listed it for more, or maybe somebody just really liked it that much. I don't know. My problem with this piece is that it's stoneware, you know, and it's glazed with like this maroon color glaze here, you know. It's not salt glazed. It's not like it has the pitting on it. But it's marked down here with this. It's like a spade within a square. And then it says USA. And then it's a shield with like a eagle or bird or I don't know, something of that sort. And I just could never figure out who these marks belong to. And clearly it was made USA, or allegedly anyhow. But I could never figure out who those marks belong to. And so it's kind of this sort of hourglass shaped vessel. There's no damage to it at all. There's no crazing, no cracks, no chips, no nothing. I don't think it's a terribly old piece. I don't know that there's anything extremely special about it. I think it's cool looking. I like it. I do think it's cool. But anyway, I listed it at $18 and someone bought it like almost immediately, which I think is great. I'm glad it's going to a new home, but that either means that I listed it way too low and gave up the fight after like 2 years of not being able to figure out what these marks were. And, you know, good on you. You know, if somebody saw this and knew what this was, like, good on you, man, because I have searched and I can't find what this is. So, you know, that or it's somebody who, like I said, just actually really, really likes it. So either way, it's going to a new home. And I'm happy. I'm happy. It's a piece that you know, as a reseller, you have pieces sometimes like this where you just can't figure it out and it haunts you and you wind up holding on to them and creating yourself this little scary death pile that you every once in a while go back to kind of stumble around a bit and see what else you can find, and of course you never come up with anything. So your death pile just kind of grows over time, and you eventually just have to say, okay, stop thinking about the marks. What is the piece? And just based off the material, the construction of it, you know, the quality of it, and materials used, all those things. I mean, and just go with that. And you know, and I did the best I could. So it sold for 18, and I'm happy it did. Congratulations to whoever swooped in and picked this thing up real quick. All right, now real quick, I'm going to show you my couple of whatnot sales. The first one I'm going to show you, it has 2 different items in it. And this first one here, this is actually Brush McCoy, and I couldn't remember during the live sale if this was actually McCoy or if it was one of the others. But when I went back and looked in my eBay listing on it, it was in fact Brush McCoy. So it's got the, you know, 2 feet on the base here. It's kind of the shingle on the exterior. There's no damage to it. It's just a really cool, I really like the pattern of the exterior of this, and it's kind of got this avocado sort of green thing going on. Very mid-century, very cool piece. And then the second item that this buyer bought is this tiny little tea set that I picked up at the Goodwill not terribly long ago for like $1.99 or $2.99. I don't remember now. The planter sold for $6, and the little tea set here I think sold for $8. Got a couple more things moved out and going off to a new home to be cherished and or sold. So congratulations. And then Abby C in the D, she has a YouTube channel. I'll have a link in the description of my video to her YouTube channel. Go check her out. She does a lot of, you know, like whatnot hauls and things like that on her channel. It's pretty neat. So definitely go check her out. But she stopped by the sale for a few minutes and she swooped in and snagged up this guy for, I don't know, $1 or $2, I think. It's a dreamsicle little character. I honestly, personally don't know a whole lot about him. I'm not super familiar with dreamsicle guys, but she got him. I'm not sure if he's just in his PJs or if he's a clown. I don't know. He's cute, but he's He's like scary cute a little bit, you know? He looks slightly, just a little sinister. A little, I mean, I don't know. Just a little bit. A little bit. Okay, and then lastly, we did a giveaway, and I have this cute little figurine. Turn that light down. And I have this cute little figurine here, this little girl with, I'm guessing it's a dog or puppy that she's snuggled up to. I don't know. It's kind of throwing me a little bit. There's something like the face looks more, I don't know. Is it a dog? A lamb? I don't know. Either way, it's adorable. It's not marked on the base, but it kind of reminds me of like a celadon, almost majolica sort of type glaze on it. So just super cute. But we did this as a giveaway, and a lucky person was able to swoop in and pick this little figurine up. Congratulations. I'm going to get her sent out to you. Okay, so packages are done. I'm gonna head to the post office here in a few minutes. But I wanted to show you a little bit of footage. I have a few minutes of footage from the Goodwill trip. So we'll take a look at that real quick, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the item I picked up. Babe, do you see any damage on this? Look it over really good, because it's $8.
No chips, no cracks, no flea bites.
Okay.
Oh, chip.
Is it though? No, it's adhesive or something.
Got it.
Yeah. I can't think of the mark. Donna 2023. It is cute though. The inside isn't glazed, however. Dark. It's all chipped up on here. You're missing out. Yeah, I know, that is newer. Fitz and Floyd. Good old Fitz and Floyd. So he's a picture.
Where's Dad at? Look.
Yeah, I do. Best believe it.
There you go.
Definitely, it's got a big crack on him. All right, guys. So when I was there, I did see a few pieces that I think someone had donated their collection, maybe of Italian style, maybe Fitz and Floyd pieces, and because that's what this guy is. Now he's not terribly old, and this is like the discount department store tag on him, and it says compared to $60, this tag he was being sold for $29.99. So I got him at Goodwill for, I think it was $9.99, but I had looked him up, and one had sold not long ago for about $40, 40 something dollars. So I thought, okay, cool, I'll take the gamble. And I don't know if you guys paid attention in my kitchen at all during any of my videos or my dining room, but I have sort of Italian bistro kind of theme thing going on. So I'm like, you know what? I'll pay $10 for him. He's cool. He has no damage, no chips, no cracks. I honestly think he was just a core. I mean, he still has his original price sticker on here. So I don't think they ever actually used him as a like wine serving pitcher or jug, but super cool. And the fact that he has no damage, no, I picked him up. And I just thought, well, if he doesn't sell, he can join my group of kitchen decor.